Friends, we are coming to the last session of the second eBihar summit. In fact, yesterday we had great case studies that happened, and in fact, the government of Bihar, as well as the Department of Information Technology, appreciated the best works that have been done in the e-governance areas, especially in the state of Bihar. We would like to understand the success stories that have been and what all has gone right in all these departments and what had made them to be to get these awards. So we'll have Mr. Priyadarshi, who has come from General Administration Department, to please come on the dais. Mrs. Nanda Singh from National Informatics Center for the Chanakya project in Education Department. Mr. Ashok Kumar from E-Panchayat portal, Panchayati Raj Department. Mr. Rajnish Kumar Singh from State Health Society, Bihar. And we'll, from National Information Center, Shailesh Kumar Srivastav ji. Is it? Rajnish Kumar ji, please. Okay. Okay, Mr. Arvind Kumar has come on behalf of Mr. Rajnish Kumar Singh from State Health Society, and he will share what has all happened right for. So we'll start with Mr. Priyadarshi sir, and we'd like to understand what all has gone right.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to present Right to Public Services scheme in Bihar. Because of paucity of time, I'll be a little bit fast. The finer details are there in the PPT. The Right to Public Services scheme is based on the principles of accountability, transparency, and zero tolerance towards corruption. The end agenda is to provide a hassle-free public delivery to the general citizen in a time-bound manner. The scheme tries to answer the questions of how, why, where, when, what regarding delivery of public services. Who will give my service? When will I get my service? Where will I get my service? If my service is denied, why my service is denied? If the delivery of service is delayed, why the service is delayed? All these questions have been addressed, have been taken care of in this particular scheme, and the empirical evidences show that the state government has been successful in meeting all these objectives. Since the implementation of this scheme, we have been able to dispose something around 9 crore applications, and the disposal rate is 99.5%. So I'll start. As I said earlier, we have to give the service within a stipulated time limit. Accountability has been fixed, transparency has been ensured, and there is provision of right to appeal. When a person goes to a particular office, there is a notice board depicting the details of the services, the documents required for the delivery of the services, the officer responsible for delivery of those services, the time limit, and the details of the appellate authority. To appreciate the scheme, we have to go when the scheme was not there in the state. Whenever citizen will go to some government office, he didn't know whom to approach, where to go, where to apply, and if somebody was successful in making the application, when his service will be given, if the service is delayed, why it is delayed, if the service is denied, why it was denied. There was no answer to any of these questions. I think everybody in the audience must have gone through this experience before the implementation of this scheme. There are 51 services which have been covered at present. The services belong to 9 departments. The details are there. Now this is the workflow. To make the application, there is a front-end counter in every office, office covered by the RTPS scheme. There is a front-end counter depicting right to public services counter. There is executive assistant sitting there with his computer system. The application will be taken in offline mode. Once the application is made, there are 2 possibilities. At the counter itself, either the application is accepted or the application is rejected. At the counter itself. Checklist is mentioned. At the application counter itself, there is a list of documents that has to be submitted along with the application. If the application is made as per the requirement, as per the checklist, your application will be accepted. If it's not as per the requirements of the scheme, then your application will be rejected at the counter itself. But the reason of the rejection will be printed on the application ID on the receipt that will be given to the applicant. In the case of rejection, there are provision of appeal at 2 levels. There are first appellate authorities and there are second appellate authorities. The appellate authorities are different for different services. For example, for the delivery of caste certificate, the appellate authority, first appellate authority is subdivisional magistrate of the concerned subdivision, and the second appellate authority is the district magistrate of the concerned district. The same process is for the second appeal also. For the process for the first and the second appeal is, if your service is delayed or the service is denied, you have to go to the appellate authority, you have to apply to the appellate authority. There is prescribed pro forma for the appeal, and there will be proper hearing of the appeal. If the appellate authority finds that there has been a willful denial or delay of the service, then there are penalty provisions. Let me tell you, I would request you to pay attention to this fact that Bihar is the only state where the penalty provision has been made, the penalty has been imposed, and the penalty has been realized also. Till now, the penalty of something around 1.5 crore rupees on the officials who have been found guilty of delay or denial without any valid reason, fine has been imposed, and 30 lakh rupees have been realized from this salary. Bihar stands to be the only state who has done this. Now, this is the procedure of the appeal. I am not going into the detail. Now, what are the main features of the services? The best feature is that this is free of cost. No cost is imposed on the applicant. The application, the concerned service is given to the citizen without any cost. In rest of the states, in any other state of the country, you are supposed to pay certain amount of money to get a service under right to public service schemes. We have totally in-house developed application. The software that has been developed for this program has been developed by in-house programmers. We have not outsourced any of our services any of our requirements under this scheme, we have a very low cost operation. Till now, we have disposed 9 crore applications, but the overall cost is less than 80 crore rupees. So unit cost comes out to be less than 10 rupees. That again is the lowest cost in the country. We have mandatory provision of acknowledgement receipt. When you make an application, you get an application receipt. 18-digit application receipt is given to the applicant, and this 18-digit ID can be used to track your application, the status of your application on the portal through SMS or in our Jigyasa call center. Another unique feature is that we have webcams installed on the counter to check that middlemen don't go to our counters, middlemen don't use public services. So every applicant will be clicked and the photograph of that applicant will come on the application receipt. We have also the provision of online application for 3 services, that is caste certificate, income certificate and residential certificate. As I told earlier, we have facility of push SMS service. You can enter your 18-digit application ID and the number is given. With the use of that number, you can track the status of your application. This is how you can track your application. This is the unique application receipt that you get when you make an application. And this is the team BPSM. The team of IT managers, IT assistant and executive assistant who are the foot soldiers who carry on the whole scheme. This is how we went about the scheme. First of all, there was training of trainers. The field level training was rolled out. There was training of IT professionals. The training program is given here. This is detail of our infrastructure at the headquarter level. We have our own server, the team of programmers, and the monitoring team at the headquarter level. This is a detail of the infrastructure. This is a typical RTPS center at the offices. This is how we monitor the scheme. We have a system of online reporting. We have our own MIS system. Every Monday, rather every day, the IT manager and the IT assistant at the block level and IT manager at the district level will log in and will feed the required data. At the headquarter level, the data will be processed and data analytics is done. And if anything is required, the required action is taken. Impact assessment study is regularly done. This is the present status. This is again a typical RTPS center. In Delhi also, as Bihar has a very large number of people who are staying in Delhi and for very petty things, making their certificates, they had to commute to Bihar. For the facility of, for the convenience of those people, the facility has been given that somebody can apply online and he can collect the certificates from Bihar Bhavan. So this is our counter at Bihar Bhavan. We have introduced a new system that is called Tatkal services. Under Tatkal services, an applicant can get income, caste and residential certificate in 2 days if he furnishes different categories of documents. We have a detailed list of documents, 16 kind of documents are there. If somebody has any of those documents, you can get the income, caste and residence certificate issued in 2 days. Thank you. This was all about RTPS. Question answer?
Any questions from the audience, please? So thank you very much for such a great insight. In fact, it's one of its kinds of application that we are in fact seeing in India. Now I'll invite Mrs. Nanda Singh from National Informatics Center and to give an insight onto Chanakya project, especially for education department out here.
For university and institution. Currently, and SID number to the student, which is unique identification number of the student. The student applied online application form and he got a SID number, after that registration number. This is the role-based information system in which the data entry will be done by offline or online. Both the systems are applicable here. This software is successfully running at NIT Patna and Maulana Majrul Haq Arabic and Persian University. The software is under process of implementation at Aryabhat Knowledge University, Patna. The software started working from year 2010 at Maulana Majrul Haq University, and it is running successfully there. All the certificates, results and TR are being prepared by the current data, and last data also we had prepared there. At NIT Patna, we had prepared all the data from year 2007 onwards, and currently it is for 2015. We are preparing the registration, examination, and certification for the students. This is basically useful for students and their administrative departments. The teachers can enter the data online and they can see the result of the candidate also. Now we are planning to implement SMS facility also in this software, and we are planning to implement parents login there also. At Aryabhat Knowledge University, we are doing OMR and ICR technology with the software, in which both the facilities are available in the software either through online or offline. At Maulana, they are doing data entry work at their data entry department, and at NIT Patna, both the facilities are there. Either students enter it or the department can provide the Excel data which we are importing there, and after that all the process are going on. In the first process, we allow SID number, after that registration number, which is unique for every student, and it is of 11 characters. The software is then provided admit card number and hall ticket also. After that, we prepared the mark sheet and TR sheet we prepared there, and after that we provide certificate to the students. And now we are planning to operate there for the biometrics we are going to provide there. And this is actually mainly user services there and role based. That means the student, the first entry is being done by one data entry operator and being verified by the others data entry operator. Controller of the examination has their unique ID number, unique password and login. And for VC, there is the role for all the application, but data entry operator can see only his applications, not other applications. This is the concept cube of the Chanakya software. Scope, then concept of the process, first scope, then cost, then product or process of the software, then product outcomes are registration card, registration index, admit card, hall ticket, dispatch memo, attendance sheet for exam, mark sheet, tabulation sheet, and certification and MIS report. The impact is centralized database, integrated process, error-free result, auto-generation, TR, mark sheet, controlled access, and secure data. Actually, we take the cost only for the hardware and software, for the manpower only. In that very low cost software is this, no software development cost we are including in this software. In near future, we have to incorporate digital signature for user authentication, biometrics device for students and teacher attendance, FAQ for students and guardians. And modules, we have to integrate financial management system and payroll management and human resource. Hardware required for this server, back-end server and front-end server, and client Windows server either 2008 onwards, IIS web server, .NET framework, SQL server 2008 or onwards, LAN or internet connectivity. Any computer system, client-based system is required for the client side, and Windows XP or any other as present in the environment. IE 6.0, LAN internet connectivity, laser printer, A4 or A3 size, and one scanner is required because we take the photographs of the students and it appears in the admit card and all its mark sheet also. We provide the facility of photographs of the students. Thank you very much.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, ma'am. Now I'll invite Mr. Ashok Kumar to give an idea on the e-Panchayat portal.
Representatives of eGov Awards on the dais, respected representatives of different departments, my colleagues from NIC, guests and organizers. ई-पंचायत मिशन मोड प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में या उसके सक्सेस स्टोरीज के बारे में आपको कुछ बताने के पहले मैं बस 1 मिनट लूँगा थोड़ा बैक जाकर उसके हिस्ट्री के बारे में बताने के लिए। एक्चुअली आप जानते हैं, आप सभी जानते हैं कि पंचायती राज व्यवस्था का श्री गणेश 73rd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट्स के द्वारा किया गया था, जिसमें शासन का 3 लेयर, सबसे ऊपर केंद्र सरकार, बीच में राज्य स्तर पर राज्य सरकार और सबसे निचले स्तर पर पंचायती राज सरकार की स्थापना की गई थी। अगेन पंचायती राज व्यवस्था का भी 3 स्तर है, जिसमें कि सबसे ऊपर स्तर पर जिला लेवल पर जिला परिषद, बीच में ब्लॉक या प्रखंड लेवल पे पंचायत समिति और सबसे निचले लेवल पे ग्राम लेवल पे ग्राम पंचायत। हमारे बिहार में 38 जिला परिषद, 531 पंचायत समिति और 8,398 ग्राम पंचायत हैं। हमें ई पंचायत को इतने लगभग 9,000 पंचायतों में इम्प्लीमेंट करना था, वो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा टास्क था। जैसा कि आप प्रेजेंटेशन में देख रहे हैं, पंचायती राज व्यवस्था का मुख्य उद्देश्य था इसे सशक्त, समावेशी, उत्तरदायी और पारदर्शी बनाना। पंचायती राज व्यवस्था की अवधारणा, ओके सर, थैंक यू। पंचायती राज व्यवस्था की अवधारणा इसलिए की गई थी कि जो गांव में ग्राम स्तर पर जो व्यक्ति निवास करते हैं, जो हमारे सिटीजन हैं, जो सबसे लोअर लेवल के सिटीजन हैं, वे अपनी ज़रूरतों के बारे में बेटर जानकारी रखते हैं हमारे आपके अपेक्षा। इसमें पंचायती राज व्यवस्था के अंदर ग्राम सभा की व्यवस्था की गई थी ताकि ग्राम में रहने वाले लोग अपना प्लान, अपना कार्य खुद ही प्लान कर सके, अपना कार्य खुद ही एक्सिक्यूट कर सके पंचायती राज व्यवस्थाओं के माध्यम से। लेकिन चैलेंज बहुत सारे थे। चैलेंज ये था कि हमारे ये राज्य सरकार को फंड, फंक्शन और फंक्शनरीज ग्राम पंचायतों को ट्रांसफर करना था। फंड मतलब जो डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स के द्वारा गांवों में या रूरल क्षेत्र में जो काम हो रहे थे, उन कार्यों को ग्राम पंचायतों या उसके ऊपरी पंचायतों, जिला परिषद, पंचायत समितियों को ट्रांसफर करना था। फंक्शनरीज का ट्रांसफर करना था और उसके फंक्शंस डिफाइंड करने थे। लेकिन काफ़ी दिनों तक ये नहीं हुआ। आप जानते हैं, एक लोकोक्ति थी बहुत पहले बिहार में कि बिहार की ग्राम पंचायतें या बिहार की पंचायतें पंचायत सचिवों या उस समय ग्राम सेवक हुआ करते हैं, उनके झोले में चलती है। कहने का सेंस ये था कि उनके पास न तो बैठने की जगह थी, न उनका कोई ऑफिस था, कहीं भी वो अपने झोले में सारे कागजात रखते थे और गांव घुमा करते थे। लोग उनके पास जाते थे अपने काम का और अपना कार्य करवाते थे। तो उस आप सोच सकते हैं कि उस जगह से और आज की पंचायतें, मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि आज की पंचायतें मोर देन 80% पंचायतें और उनका कार्य, उनके प्लान्स, उनके हिसाब किताब, अकाउंट्स ऑनलाइन हैं, पब्लिक डोमेन में हैं, आप इसे देख सकते हैं। तो ये जर्नी बहुत लंबी जर्नी थी और इस जर्नी को हम लोगों ने या ई पंचायत मिशन मोड प्रोजेक्ट ने यहाँ तक पहुँचाया है। सबसे पहले जैसा मैंने बताया कि फंड, फंक्शन और फंक्शनरी की व्यवस्था करनी थी। फंड के रूप में केंद्र सरकार का BRGF, आप सभी जानते हैं, बैकवर्ड रीजन ग्रांट फंड, उसके द्वारा फंड दिए गए। 12 फाइनेंस कमीशन, 13 फाइनेंस कमीशन में फंड दिए गए। स्टेट फाइनेंस कमीशन के द्वारा फंड दिए गए। और साथ में उसके बाद फंड्स अवेलेबल थे। जब हम लोगों ने ई पंचायत मिशन मोड प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया, सर्वप्रथम पंचायतों में जाकर, जिला परिषद में जाकर, पंचायत समितियों में जाकर, ग्राम पंचायतों में जाकर हम लोगों ने सिस्टम स्टडी की, हम लोगों ने बिजनेस प्रोसेस री इंजीनियरिंग की और उसके आधार पर पीपुल का नीड, जनरल सिटीजन का नीड हमने जाना और उसके आधार पे ये टोटल 11 कॉमन कोर एप्लीकेशंस जो कि ओपन सोर्स एप्लीकेशंस हैं, लाइनक्स प्लेटफॉर्म पे चलते हैं, जावा यूज किया गया है और पोस्टग्रेस SQL डाटाबेस का यूज किया गया है। ये 12 कॉमन कोर एप्लीकेशंस बनाए गए जिनका कंबाइंड नाम दिया गया है ई पंचायत इंटरप्राइज सूट। इसके अंदर प्रियासॉफ्ट है। प्रियासॉफ्ट एक अकाउंटिंग पैकेज है जो कि पंचायतों को का लेन देन इसके द्वारा कंप्यूटराइज किया जाता है। प्लान प्लस जिसके द्वारा लोग राइट फ्रॉम द ग्राम सभा अपना प्लान बना सकते हैं। एक्शन सॉफ्ट उन प्लान्स का एक्सिक्यूशन, फिजिकल प्रोग्रेस क्या है, फाइनेंशियल प्रोग्रेस क्या है, ये सारा वेबसाइट पे अपलोडेड है। लोकल गवर्नमेंट डायरेक्टरी, गवर्नमेंट का ये एक तरह का सारे पंचायतों को एक यूनिक आईडी दिया गया है। नेशनल पंचायत पोर्टल, सारे पंचायतों का पोर्टल बनाया गया। असेट डायरेक्टरी, पंचायत द्वारा जो भी पुल पुलिया, स्कूल, भवन वगैरह निर्माण किए जाते हैं उसको अपलोड करना, उसका इन्फॉर्मेशन अपलोड करना। इस तरह से कई एप्लीकेशंस बनाए गए हैं। मैं थोड़ा इसका सक्सेस स्टोरी शेयर कर दूं, समय कम है। प्रियासॉफ्ट सारे लगभग 100% पंचायतों ने अपना अकाउंट्स ऑनलाइन किया है और उसमें से 96% पंचायतों ने ईयर बुक क्लोज कर लिया। प्लान प्लस 100% पंचायतें प्लान प्लस का यूज कर रही हैं और करीब 93% पंचायतों ने अपना प्लान एक्शन सॉफ्ट जो थर्ड एप्लीकेशन है एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया है ताकि उसका फिजिकल और फाइनेंशियल प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्टिंग किया जा सके। तो ये सक्सेस स्टोरीज है नेशनल पंचायत पोर्टल। लगभग 100% जिला परिषद और पंचायत समितियों ने अपना पोर्टल तैयार कर लिया है और 60% ग्राम पंचायतें तो ने भी अपना पोर्टल तैयार कर लिया है। इस तरह से ए लेवल अचीव करने के लिए हम लोगों ने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर क्रिएट की। सारे पंचायतों में, सारे जिला परिषद में, सारे पंचायत समितियों ने आईटी सेल की स्थापना की गई। सारे जिला लेवल पे डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट यूनिट की स्थापना की गई। स्टेट लेवल पे भी स्टेट प्रोग्राम मैनेजमेंट यूनिट की स्थापना की गई। सारे 531 ये पंचायत समितियों और 38 जिलों में बेल्टोन के मार्फत से ऑपरेटर दिया गया है। सारे 38 जिला में डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रोग्राम मैनेजर दिए गए हैं निक्सी के माध्यम से। स्टेट में स्टेट प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर जो 4 हैं वो निक्सी के माध्यम से दिए गए हैं। इस तरह से हम लोगों ने फंक्शनरी का प्रॉब्लम दूर किया। फंड हमारे पास अवेलेबल थे और ऑटोमेट करने के लिए, पंचायतों को ऑटोमेट करने के लिए ये पंचायत इंटरप्राइज सूज था। जो हमारा असेसमेंट है, हम लोगों ने 2014 के ई पंचायत पुरस्कार में नेशनल लेवल पे 3rd पोजीशन लाया है। ये पुरस्कार अलग है, नेशनल लेवल पे हम लोगों ने 3rd पुरस्कार लाया है। और हमारा ऐसा असेसमेंट है इस साल का कि हम लोग देश में, कंट्री में 2nd हैं आफ्टर महाराष्ट्र। एंड आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि इन नियर फ्यूचर वी विल ऑन द टॉप। थैंक यू सर, थैंक्स।
Now I will invite Mr. Arvind Kumar from the State Health Society, Bihar. Sir, kindly request you to kindly give the presentation script.
Giving the chance for the presentation onto the Sanjeevani system. Sir, first of all, I want to thank to organizer of this very important forum, and this is the first time in the state of the Bihar. Sir, about the Sanjeevani, just I want to say to all IT lovers that Sanjeevani system is the online OPD registration of the patients and also the drug distribution given to patient, as well as the radiology and the pathology test and other activities related to the healthcare services here. The Sanjeevani software is a very simple software we have started initially. It is the in-house developed software here. Only one programmer has developed this software. And in the first phase, we have started in all primary health centers, district hospitals, subdivisional hospitals, and referral hospital in the Bihar state here. And this software is very simple. Only the patient is registered. When the patient come onto the facility, then the patient is registered and the unique ID number is given to patient. And the prescription is printed, prescription is given to patient. And on the prescription, the date and time is given, and also the contact number of the civil surgeon and the district officials have been given there. The reason is that when the patient is registered, then the time is given there. Then after giving the prescription, and the doctor do the diagnosis of the patient, and after the diagnosis, the drugs are distributed to the patient, and the different radiological and the pathological tests have been done there. But when the patient is registered at 8 a.m., then when the drug is given to patient, when the radiological and the pathological tests have been done for the patient, how many drugs have been prescribed by the doctors, but how many drugs has been given to patient. It means this simple software has been introduced initially in first phase to generate the right of the citizen that I need the health service and I need the health service on right time, and day to day new features are being added in the system here. It means the SMS facility, the SMS about the drug distribution is being sent to the patient. Also, when the radiological and the pathological reports are prepared, then after the report readiness, SMS is given to patient. It means we all know these are the simple concept, all are the IT professionals here, but the health department, state health society has tried to generate to increase the citizenship right and also the transparency in the health services. We are in process to add the IPD activities. It means that is the also other activities of the hospitals in the software. And in the last, in one line, I want to say you all that not only Sanjeevani system, the other system, we all IT professionals should think from the bottom level that how one village, how one people of the village can get the enhanced implementation of the IT tools and the techniques for their better services in their life there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And I would now invite Mr. Sunil Kalra to come over here and provide a thanks to all the speakers out here. One group photograph. This is how the great success stories have been given. Now I will invite Mr. Ravi Gupta to please come and give the vote of thanks.
May I invite Bhavana ji from SCMT to give the thanks. She has been leading this event from the IT department side.
Thanks a lot. Today we are ending the sessions with conceptualizing many of the projects in consent with many of the delegates, and very thanks for the peoples who are coming from outside. I would like to thank NILET, NIC for their major contribution. And apart from that, I would like to thank each and every person personally who have contributed here. Thanks a lot. Proceed for lunch, but I would request all the colleagues from my IT department and elites to come here and share their dais for a group photograph.
Acha. Okay.
के आएंगे